Trump Jr. framed the trip as a little bit of fun, telling CNN, "As an outdoorsman, I'm excited to stop into Greenland for this week." But the trip has fueled speculation about what exactly his father's plans are for this Arctic territory. In December, Trump revived calls made in his first presidency for U.S. ownership of Greenland, calling it an absolute necessity. Asked at a Tuesday news conference whether he would rule out using military or economic coercion to gain Greenland or Panama, which Trump has also expressed desire to own, the president-elect responded, "No, I can't assure you on either of those two, but I can say this. We need them for economic security." A unique geopolitical position. Greenland is the world's largest island and home to more than 56,000 people. A former Danish colony and now an autonomous territory of Denmark, it occupies a unique geopolitical position sitting between the US and Europe. Its capital city Nuuk is closer to New York than it is to Denmark's capital Copenhagen. Opportunities as the ice melts. Melting ice and rapidly rising Arctic temperatures are giving Greenland a front-row seat to the climate crisis, but some also see economic opportunities as climate change reshapes the country. The loss of ice has opened up shipping routes, increasing the amount of time they can be navigated during the Northern Hemisphere summer. Arctic shipping rose 37% over the decade to 2024, according to the Arctic Council, in part due to melting ice. Trump, I think, instinctively gets the idea that the Arctic is melting and the perceived opportunities, Dodds said. Although he cautioned in reality, conditions along these routes are still often treacherous, and melting ice may make waters even more dangerous to navigate. Trump's renewed focus. Beyond buying Greenland, Trump's latest remarks shift from the 2019 narrative of purchasing Greenland to asserting control over it. While his comments about not ruling out the use of force may be seen as inflammatory and were made in response to a question regarding both Greenland and the Panama Canal, they reflect a broader pattern of prioritizing U.S. interests over international norms. This rhetoric has understandably caused alarm in Greenland and beyond. Having reiterated that Greenland belongs to the people of Greenland, Yeed, Prime Minister of Greenland, called for a calm and unified response. The strategic importance of Greenland. Mainstream Arctic strategic and security discourse asserts that Greenland's geopolitical significance lies in its location and subsoil resources. Greenland plays a vital role in NATO's security framework, particularly in light of the Greenland-Iceland-UK (GI-UK) gap. The U.S. has maintained a military presence at Patuxent Space Base, formerly Thule Air Base, since World War II, underscoring Greenland's importance for U.S. surveillance and missile defense in the Arctic. New shipping routes and perceived resource opportunities have brought Greenland to the fore of international relations. Greenland is rich in rare earth elements, resources essential for the energy transition, and other contemporary and emerging technologies. The U.S., the European Union, and other nations are keen to reduce their dependence on Chinese-dominated supply chains. Trump's renewed interest in Greenland reflects these strategic and economic considerations. However, Greenlandic leaders have emphasized that any partnerships, whether with the U.S. or other nations, must respect their sovereignty and align with their long-term goals. Military and security concerns. The military importance of Greenland was a key logistical consideration in Trump's decision to buy the territory. The northernmost U.S. military installation, Thule Air Base, is located in Greenland and is a vital location for American early warning, surveillance, and missile defense systems. Thule's strategic location in the Arctic gives the United States an unmatched ability to monitor and respond to threats from these regions, and it plays a crucial role in monitoring missile launches from nations like North Korea and Russia. Apart from its current military facilities, Greenland's closeness to the Arctic makes it a perfect place for the United States to increase its military presence in the area. Keeping a strong military presence in the Arctic has become a top priority for many countries, including the United States, as tensions between the world's superpowers increase, especially with China and Russia. One of the main motivations for the purchase of Greenland was to bolster American dominance over this crucial military resource and to keep other nations, especially China or Russia, from establishing a presence in the area. Direct sovereignty over Greenland would have made it easier for the U.S. military to extend its presence in the Arctic, which has long been a goal of the service. The strategic significance of Greenland. Despite being a Danish autonomous state, Greenland is strategically placed in the Arctic and has always piqued the interest of major world powers because of its geopolitical and physical importance. Because of its strategic location in the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans, it has the potential to be a significant military and economic asset. The island's position is becoming more and more significant in light of global climate change and the escalating geopolitical conflict in the Arctic. It is situated on an abundance of natural resources, including unexplored quantities of fresh water, minerals, oil, and gas. The melting ice in the Arctic is drawing more attention because it is creating new trade lanes and revealing previously unreachable natural resources. The United States, Russia, China, Canada, and other nations are vying for control of portions of the Arctic as the ice melts, with these governments attempting to influence the region. Because of its advantageous location, Greenland is vital to this battle. According to Trump, the possible acquisition of Greenland would allow the United States to maintain its dominance in the Arctic and increase American influence there. This is consistent with his more general America First foreign policy, which placed a strong emphasis on national security, economic self-interest, and securing strategic advantages for the U.S. These larger geopolitical issues surely affected the logistical reasons for Trump's interest in Greenland. Latest remarks shift from the 2019 narrative of purchasing Greenland to asserting control over it. While his comments about not ruling out the use of force may be seen as inflammatory and were made in response to a question regarding both Greenland and the Panama Canal, they reflect a broader pattern of prioritizing U.S. interests over international norms. This rhetoric has understandably caused alarm in Greenland and beyond. Having reiterated that Greenland belongs to the people of Greenland, Mute, Prime Minister of Greenland, called for a calm and unified response. Conclusion: respecting Greenland's future. Greenland's 2024-2033 foreign policy strategy is titled Greenland in the World, Nothing About Us Without Us. While it charts a course for more international collaboration, Greenland's future is for its people to decide. This means all of us, and we mean all of us, should listen to and ask Greenland about its future, especially its democratically elected representatives. This is what self-determination means. As Mute emphasized, the future is ours and ours to shape. Donald Trump's provocative statements, whether considered declarations of policy or performative posturing, highlight the importance of respecting sovereignty and self-determination more than ever. For the U.S., links with Greenland represent a strategic opportunity to strengthen Arctic policy and alliances. However, this must be pursued through diplomacy and cooperation, not coercion. As the Arctic becomes increasingly central to global geopolitics, Greenland's role will grow. The challenge for all parties involved is to ensure that Greenland's path forward is guided by its people and free from external pressure.